family, listen, there is a black-owned farm here in Georgia that has been being terrorized by white folk. I want to know who it is. Can y'all please help? I want to know who this is. They're poisoning these black people's animals, killing their livestock, burning their woods, even killed some of their dogs. Please let me know who this is. I would like to help. My brothers and I would like to help. And brothers, if you down, let's ride. Find out who this is. Please, ladies, y'all women that have investigative skills, please let me know who this is, please. Y'all look great at this shit. Please let me know. Bye.
How y'all doing today? It's a cold day in Georgia. Well, this video is about the response to a young man saying that certain people try to give us help and we turn the help down.
Update, I found out it's Tiffany's Farms. Tiffany's Farms is the farm down in Hampton, Georgia, or Barnesville, Georgia. I believe it's Barnesville. She might have two locations, you never know. But black people, thank you for helping me find the name. I got the number to the sister. I called the number. I left a message. Excuse me. And I also sent a text message because I think it was a cell phone that I called. Now, listen. My brothers who down the ride, let's ride. Truthfully, what I would like to do is talk to her first, or talk to her father first before we come down. Somebody made me aware of something. They were like, well, Risha, you had to think about it, man. If they don't want the help, you know, you can't help them, and I get it. And I'm gonna share something with you that a brother told me day before yesterday. He said, bro, me and some brothers went down there to try to help her, and she refused it. Wow. But anyway, I still want to give it a shot. I don't necessarily understand the mindset of those of us who reach out for help or who go on public forums and discuss the issues that you have in this type of situation, and then when the help is offered, you decline it. That is the weirdest shit to me. So I'm still going. Brothers, sisters, let's ride. Let's ride. At least a show of force. You know, we're trying to build community. And maybe she's afraid of retaliation. I understand, but sadly, I'm gonna tell you something, sadly. Because we are not known to come in, you know what I'm saying, for jumping up to defend each other in situations like this, especially in the dead of night when they by themselves and everybody goes home and the popularity done wore off of the trend and shit like that, and they end up by themselves in a situation to where, you know, they got to fend for themselves because no one's around. The trendiness has worn off. Let's stop that. We have a cause. We have a cause. Let's pick the cause that we're going to give attention to, and let's keep it going. And unfortunately, you know, we have a history of not following up, sticking together. Let's kill that. Let's start something new. And to you, brothers and sisters that listen to me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. All white people ain't like that. That's what I hear a lot of y'all say. And I'm okay with you saying that. That's your experience. I get it. But I will say to you is this: we have no allies, and salt and sugar look the same until you taste them. Let that be food for thought. Holla.
As far as the incidents that have been happening on the property. Now also, we're going to talk about the fact that in this young man's video, he stated that some of the people that we have a problem with has been killing our animals. So we don't have no animals on the property. So we want to create the facts about what's really going on the property, for we won't have no misunderstanding going forward, you know?
Yes, we need our people to be on the same page and not to have any misunderstandings, because this is something that involves some seriousness, you know, and we need facts to be out there, not any inflated stories or, you know, alternative facts. We just need to make sure that we are being factual. The only people that ever came out on the property, and I wouldn't even say that they came to check on us, was the sheriff and the deputy. And we already made a video about that, basically saying that, they didn't come to check on us. Nobody came to check on us about the fire, none of these trespassing incidents, no stuff like that. They only came to tell us to take a YouTube video down. So that's the only interaction that we really had with unscheduled visits or visitors coming on the property. Everybody else has been contractors or family members or friends. Other than that, we've never had any outside people come over. Not even the anybody from the commissioners, the local politicians. No one came out here. We just been on our own, but we have not turned down any help that aligned with our business goals. Because this is a business that we're trying to do. It's a family-owned farm, and we're trying to make sure that if we bring anybody into our circle, that they align with our goals and not trying to do anything to take over. So some of the people that we did turn out, and we had to be over the phone. I guess people reached out to us over the phone and, through social media platforms like Instagram and also Facebook. They want to come and do a farm tour and then talk about ways of bringing guns on the property, like big guns, and then also camping out on our property, and we're not comfortable with that. We're still in the development stage, and I think everybody could see that. If you're one of our loyal followers, you see that we are still under development. We're still trying to get things done, and we're doing it at our own pace so that we don't lose any money in the process. Because as you saw earlier on, when we tried to fast forward coming into this, like do it at a faster pace, coming into this particular environment, we got ripped off like thousands of dollars, like right away. And we're like, nah, that's not going to happen going forward. So we're going to take our time, properly vet people, make sure that we're not operating at a loss. So all that stuff about, different people coming on the property to give assistance and to talk to us directly, that never happened. And we did turn down ones that had that kind of like militia talk. Like they're going to come out here, they're going to set some bear traps, and then they're going to come out here with these big ARs and all this other stuff. We was like, no, I answered that. I talked to my dad about it. I always read things to him prior to answering, especially when there's men involved with it and they're coming at an aggressive, like, you gotta do it, you gotta work with us. No, I don't have to. We don't have to go that route. We can do things that's more legal. That's how I feel about it. So
Yeah, about close to 3 years ago when I first came up here, we had our first incident on the property. And what we did, the guy was trying to, in our opinion, tear down the posts that the guy had put around the perimeter of the property. And we handled that on a legal level. We took it to court.
yeah, that was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, and we took it in front of the judge, and we did it in a constructive manner. Everything going forward, we have to do it in a constructive manner. We cannot put ourselves in a position to be liable for some non-constructive behavior from us or from anybody. So we have to do, this county right here got rules and regulations, legal rules and regulations, law, they call it law. And everybody have to go about these laws. And I feel that when they step on our feet, and we're gonna let them know what time of day it is, But we just can't do nothing non-constructive, because it'll put us in a bind and put us in a legal situation, and might cost us a whole lot of money to get out of that situation. And we done came too far to turn around now, How you feel about it, Zion?
I feel like the options that they're trying to help you with are more like short term and can cause like more tension in the long run. Because they'd only be out here for a short amount of time, and then once they leave, it get worse or go back to being the exact same way. So those aren't really options that will really change anything that's going on.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
That
And
is
I
a
like
good
that,
point.
yeah.
So some people could come into this environment because they don't live here. They don't have to deal with these type of people every day. So they can come in and whatever stress they feel like letting out and let it out in my dad say, a non-constructive way, and then go back home and sleep good while we're left to deal with all the garbage and the ramifications of that, the decision making of us letting strangers, people that we don't know, come on the property and just do whatever they want.
Now, since we've been out here, I have met a whole lot of positive-minded people to stop by, and we had good conversation. But the problem that we have out here is with these less than 1%. Now, I want our viewers to understand this. Before they make any type of comments about what we said, please watch the videos, you know, and then you will understand exactly what we're talking about. Don't go by, he'll say this and he'll say that, and people that did not talk to us. Look at the videos, and in the video, we explain directly what we're going through. Now, not everybody out here that don't be a negative-minded person, but we have a whole lot of positive-minded people. We have a whole lot of good neighbors around here.
It's just the negative ones are loud. And
Loud.
I mean, they are awful. And you can tell,
Persistent.
and persistent, and on drugs, and they play a lot of proximity games. So they do that. Oh, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Even though they could be on somebody else's fence, touching somebody, on somebody else's property, touching our fence, or standing out in our driveway looking at us
Or the
while we're
dog.
working, or
Or-
bringing all the dogs, and just that constant back and forth surveillance. They'll do all that kind of stuff. Now, if we want to talk about the things that we actually have encountered, yes, we've encountered stalking. We have encountered some property damage. We have encountered theft. We have encountered airplanes that are flying low directly over us, some of the dust croppers and other small aircraft. We also encountered, like we said before, a helicopter that was either like a dark, it's not black, it was either a very dark gray or a dark blue that was hovering over us. And Dad saw the other angle of that helicopter. What did you see in there?
I seen rat. I was down there screening out
The creek area.
Yeah, the creek area, getting sand out of it. And they came about low as the post, the telegram post. And I seen one of the guys open up the helicopter door, and it was a young guy. He was laughing. He was funny to him, And they hovered there for a while, and then they turned around and left, So that unnecessary BS, we really don't need it, Really don't need it,
Yeah, and I did do as everyone suggested, because a lot of people will tell us, oh, get off of social media. But no, social media has been helping us resolve a lot of the problems that we've been having. There has been some positive people that have directed us on how to maneuver, and they told us even about the low flying aircraft that we could report them to the federal government, and gave us links for that. That has been very helpful. So of course, every incident that we have of like the dust cropters coming tree line level over the property, and the helicopter that almost landed on top of us, yeah, we reported it to the federal government, also to state agencies. So we're very grateful for the followers that we have, like subscribers that we have, that's like helping us help to guide us through some of the negativity that we're experiencing. So we appreciate that a lot.
And another thing I want to bring up again to the community. I have a BS degree from Florida International University in construction management. I'm over the developers, I'm over the contractors, I'm over the lawyers, I'm over the surveyors. I bring everything together. So we know what we're doing out here. We know exactly what we're doing. And this is not no Johnny-come-lately operation. We know what we are doing, So we don't really need that negativity saying that we just don't know what we're doing. We know exactly what we're doing. You know, these Florida National University in Miami, they don't give you no BS degree, Bachelor of Science degree. They don't give you that degree. You have to earn it, you know. And plus my family been in construction for generation, you know, from labor, plumbing, electrician, being an electrician, the whole 9 yards, you know. So we know exactly what we're doing. But from the outside looking in, it's a different perspective, you know. But going forward, look at the tapes and listen to what we have to say, and just don't listen to the propaganda that's going on and hyping people unnecessarily.
Yeah, like people say they just gonna show up over here and we gonna get a mass group of men with guns and just show up over here. Like, what? Like, listen, if you can't get in touch with me directly, don't just be popping up like on some aggressive stuff, because you're not going to be welcome in. You know, we're not on that kind of time. And we appreciate the you know, enthusiasm. We appreciate our community, but we want to make sure that we move in a way that's going to advance everyone forward, not set us backwards, you know. So
Yeah, we don't have no fear.
right.
You know, like me and my daughter been out here a whole lot of days by ourselves. We don't have no fear, you know. We always keep up prayer. We always try to deal with positive-minded people. And we know exactly what we're doing. When my daughter called me on the phone, she said she had lost some property. We went over the property on the computer, and I was about to retire. Say when I retire and sell my business, I'll come up here and give you a happy hand. When I first came up here, the people was talking about negativity, what you can't do, what you can't do, what you can't do, what you can't do, what you can't do. I said, oh my gosh. I was saying, what type of energy is that? But look, if you look at the videos that she created at the beginning and comparing to now, it's like night and day. So I keep up prayer, we keep up prayer, and we know what we're doing.
Right. The only thing that we have asked our community for that we haven't really gotten a lot of support on, we got support on a lot of things, but there's one thing that is very instrumental in solving a lot of problems. We need like an attorney that is willing to work in this particular county, you know, and have that attorney on retainer. We have asked like so many times and haven't gotten any good recommendations. I think I've reached out to almost everyone that is on the bar for Georgia that has that's listed with the Georgia bar. We've reached out to a lot of people that say that they work in this area, but they don't want to handle this kind of an issue. So yeah, we still have the property damage case because of the fire. And if you have any recommendations of an attorney, always let me know about that, because I follow up on everything. Every suggestion that has been constructive and has been able to move us forward, I have, you know, done that. Everything that everybody has suggested that has been positive, I made sure to take the steps to do and answer those suggestions, you know. So, you know, the one thing that we desperately need is an attorney.
Yes. Amen behind that.
Yeah, like
Amen
that's
behind
one
that.
thing out of everything else. We don't need like a militia of men with guns, you know, not right now anyway. We don't need anybody kind of like speaking rhetoric like, oh, we came out here to try to give you help and now you don't want the help. How you putting videos out here saying you don't want help? Like, why even talk like that?
You mentioned the fact about attorney. Mm-hmm. And with that problem I had with the house in Miami,
yeah,
I had that attorney ever since 1991. You know what I'm saying? And he just retired from being an attorney. That's a long time. But up here, it's very, very hard to get a regular, a permanent attorney for some reason, you know. But we'll keep up prayer, and y'all pray for us that we get us a good attorney in case we really, truly need one, you know, and that we don't have to go through no more of the negativity that we are going through.
So I think we covered it all, right, Zion? You said to mention that nobody's come out here in person, right? Mm-hmm. What else did we cover? Oh, no livestock or any animals or none of our dogs or anything has been killed by anybody. I think they're
The
confusing us.
situation you were talking about.
Yeah, we haven't got to that far. We haven't got
Yeah.
that far as livestock on the property. We haven't brought no chickens.
I think they might be confusing us with the farmers in Colorado that had their farmhand murdered and had their chickens and
It could be that.
goats or cattle killed, but that's not our situation. We haven't had anything killed, but we did have a fire, like we said. We did have trespassing, we did have property damage, we did have theft, and we did have low flying aircrafts.
Yeah.
So that's what and everyone that has trespassed, we pretty much have got trespassing notices against them, especially like the woman that I felt, mistreated him and came on our property. We took care of that like right away. So that's really all of it. We hadn't had any murders or any killings going on. So I don't know where that comes from. I think you're confusing one farmer with another. That's not our situation here in Georgia. So yeah.
So, like I said, take the time and watch our videos. And before you get on YouTube or get on other...
That was on TikTok.
On
That
TikTok.
guy started saying
TikTok.
that.
TikTok, before you get on TikTok and say some of the things that you heard somebody else say,
I thought the ones that's been with our day ones, our subscribers that have been with us, they knew that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? I hope that some of you have commented on that video and let him know the truth of it, because it was so many comments underneath that was not any subscribers that haven't been following our progress, and they were like, yeah, this happened to them, this been going on with no, we didn't have any killings. There's been no killings out here. You know what I'm saying? So that let's not say that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We hadn't had anybody die, no human beings, no dogs, no livestock.
And since I've been here, look at my farms. We went to Mr. Sam farm. We went to a guy named John farm. We don't travel a whole lot, and went to a whole lot of meetings, and it's like I said, it's not as bad as the guy said on TikTok, but the less than 1% we do catch people hell from, and we're gonna have to deal with them sooner or later. Okay?
Yeah, because they're aggressive with it.
Yeah.
And so eventually somebody's going to have to do some jail time at some point because they don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
They don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but other than that, like I said, did we miss anything, Zion?
No.
No, you sure? Okay, because he's been helping us stay on track and make sure we, hit every single topic, because we saw the video and we was like, matter of fact, thank you. I forgot what her name is, but the lady on TikTok that sent us the information, that inboxed me about what was going on TikTok. Thank you for sending that to us. We don't normally be on TikTok or on Facebook that much. Our main platform that we do for social media is YouTube. So I just happened to see her message and start corresponding with her. And she told us about some of the videos that were out there and some of the things that was being said. And I really appreciate that she did that, so that we can use our voice to keep the truth in the forefront, and not have what we're doing tainted with any kind of lies, just to be honest. So yeah, that's really it.
Okay. When you have the time, please like and subscribe. We got a very, very beautiful channel, and it's wholesome to the family. And it's just father, daughter, and big cuz, going forward. And we don't play.
We don't play. So yes, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.